Hello and welcome. My name is Karen, and today we're going to be talking about healthy stress-busting tips. But before we get into it, I'd like to talk a little bit about stressful situations and the fact that stressful situations don't actually exist. Instead, our stress response is based on our belief system about certain situations or experiences. For example, public speaking. Public speaking is actually a really great example. Some people thrive off of it and other people avoid it at all costs. So if there are no stressful situations, what can we do to help control our stress response and thereby hopefully help reduce our unhealthy food cravings during those times? So I have 3 tips that I'd like to share with you today, and the first one is exercise. Following a consistent and regular schedule of physical activity helps to not only modulate your stress response, but also stabilize your emotions. But don't wait until you get into a bind. Start now, develop that habit now, so that when you are in a situation, you will have already built, just like a muscle, your stress resistance muscle. Tip number 2 is eating breakfast and lunch and dinner. All the meals are important. We hear so often breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and I definitely agree with that, but we shouldn't forget about lunch and dinner either. So at the beginning of every week, I'd like you to plan not only what you're going to eat, but what time you're going to eat. And during the week, stick with it. Eat everything that you've planned at the times that you've planned it. When your body's on a regular schedule, when your body's on a regular schedule and is also nourished, your reaction to your stress response will be less likely to reach for that tempting food. Which brings us to point number 3, removing temptation. When my fight or flight response kicks in, I want high fat, high carb, high sugar, anything. So I help myself by not having it around. That means I don't keep any in the car, I don't have any in my office, I definitely don't have it at home. I get it out. And instead, I try to surround myself with whole, fresh food so that if I am tempted to reach for something, it is a food item that I know that will help nourish me in the long run. If you happen to be that person who's on the opposite end of the spectrum, who during that flight or fight response, who doesn't eat, then go back to point number 2, get on a schedule and stick with it. Make it a habit so that again, when that cortisol is streaming through your blood, your body will still be able to gently remind you, hey, it's time to eat, and it's time to eat what you said you were going to eat. So in the comment section, let me know what your stress-busting tips are, and if you'd like more tips from me, visit my blog at IamEatingRight.com. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss any of these videos, and I'll see you next week. Bye!